have to work at 8.
Oh.
But I haven't eaten dinner. And Chris is waiting for me to eat dinner.
What time did you get off work?
Huh? I got off of work at 6:30 today because some of the materials that I had ordered were supposed to be here this morning, but the guy who sent them to us forgot to put the suite number.
Oh, yeah.
And then he sent me the tracking number in the evening, and then it said, "Hey, we couldn't deliver it. It's here in one of our facilities." So I had to go pick it up at 5 at the UPS facility.
Of course.
Now, thankfully, I got the stuff, and we're all set for Friday, but it was a very close call.
I'm glad you made it in time. Because it's the 10th episode of the Videodrome podcast.
Is it really the 10th episode?
It is. Big 10.
The Big 10.
Ding,
The
ding,
big
ding,
1-0.
ding, 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 ding.
Wow.
Money.
So
We made it.
What was that you were showing me?
Bro, what? Oh, for
Second ago.
the message?
Yeah.
I got a cryptic message from a number I don't recognize. I just got a new phone, and I've been manually, slowly putting in the numbers from my old phone and texting people.
And asking people for phones.
Yeah, it's from a number
Not phone numbers.
that
phones.
ends in 3644. It says, "Hi, big fan of the podcast. Want to ask, what do you eat first, the chicken and the egg? Thanks. Please read on the air."
Oh, well then you read it. Could it have been just
So
Mina?
what's your answer then?
What ate first? Oof.
It depends on what time you wake up.
The chicken. Yeah, it's gotta be the chicken.
I know he knows.
what?
You love chicken.
I do love chicken.
Go. Did he? Wait. Did you even hear the question?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Somebody texted me about work. And
Amateur hour.
I need to put this down.
Yeah.
All right. What do you eat first, the chicken and the egg?
What? The chicken or the egg?
No.
No.
What do you eat first, the chicken and the egg?
It's not a trick question.
What? Say it again.
Wait, just show it to him.
Yeah, you can read it. Wait, let him read it himself.
No, this is frustrating. All right. Read it out loud.
Hi, big fan of the podcast. Wanted to ask, what do you eat first, the chicken and the egg? Thanks. Please read it on air. What? I don't get it.
Well, you have to answer. I said chicken. I'm all in on chicken.
I'll say chicken.
Chris?
Yeah, chicken.
I'm gonna say and the egg.
I knew it. I knew of all the people. If anyone was going to go against the grain.
Yeah.
It had to be done.
You don't recognize the number? Well, no, because it would have been in your contacts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a local one.
Yeah. No.
Wait, was it? Is it from Palacios?
No,
it's
it was from
832.
Houston.
Oh, 832.
Yeah, it ain't the 361.
Wait, how do they know about the podcast?
Yeah, we'll find that out later.
Yeah, they'll probably comment on the video or
It's the
something.
10th one, though.
Yeah.
So we're in full swing, baby. And I think we're going to turn that guy, whoever texted that,
How do we know it's a
deadly
guy?
prey.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna.
I don't want him to be deadly, actually.
We're gonna hunt him down.
you better run, fat boy. That's what I'm saying into
Into the phone.
my phone.
So,
Visual image.
To refresh people on what Deadly Prey is, you should have seen it by now. You know, it's the 10th episode. You know the story.
Well,
you know
it's
you have
also
to
been
watch
out since 1987, and it was a big release. So.
Spoiler
it.
alert.
Yeah. So, Deadly Prey is a 1987 movie that is 88 minutes long, directed by David A. Pryor.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Brother of Richard Pryor.
Brother of Ted Pryor, who's actually the main actor in the movie.
Yeah,
How do you think?
I read that.
How do you think he died? Do you think like they stripped him down and said run?
Yeah, no, yeah, they definitely
That was
subjected
too
him
easy.
to that. Yeah,
Some crazy fan
yeah.
just trying to
Oh, it's like Human
recreate
Centipede.
scenes.
Take off your shirt.
It's just like Human Centipede. He saw the movie and was like, "Well,
He's inspired.
here we go."
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. It's a movie that had a budget of $27,000. No, it made $27,000.
Wait. What was
it
the budget?
made
then?
money?
I never found
yeah.
out the budget.
Because no, he could not have made money. There's no way.
I never found out the budget because I
was
said,
trying to find.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything on the
Because
budget.
that would mean, like, that would put a lot of things into perspective
Yeah.
and illuminate, like, certain questions and observations I had regarding production value in this movie.
Well, I think there were two obvious things. They rented out some kind of like area of a museum or something,
Uh-huh.
or like an air show where they had tanks involved, and they were like, "Yeah, you can film here, I
The
guess."
tanks have never moved in the.
And then also, did they not move? Once?
They not move once.
Okay, they blew what budget they had on that helicopter.
Oh my god! When they blew up the helicopter, that looked so.
Did they blow it up? I don't remember it blowing up.
He shoots a fucking.
Oh, but it didn't
grenade
really
from his
blow
rifle.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, I think the budget went to the prosthetics.
Oh, that was, yeah.
Yeah.
What prosthetic?
Well, the arm
Okay,
getting
it's
cut
an
off.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of like the scalping.
So
and stuff
I
like
wanted
that.
to point out near the beginning when when they're recruiting, quote unquote, Danton, our blonde boy hero,
Mm-hmm.
they drive up to his house, right?
Yeah.
Like this olive drab van that like Jamie, his wife, said looked
Green.
kind of weird green, like
Yeah.
army green. Wow, real sharp.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to walk
Okay,
it back
okay.
from the very beginning.
Man, that's like in the middle when she says that.
That is not in the middle.
Nah, yeah, that's
When she's talking to her dad.
Oh,
about
oh.
the color,
that's in between.
When she's talking
act
to Wayne
one,
Newton?
in between. Yeah. I was gonna say Martin Sheen, old Martin Sheen. All right, so in between, that's like
It's
in
a
between
rough looking Martin
Act
Sheen.
1 and 2. Right.
Butcher.
So the movie opens. All right. So I haven't seen this movie. Chris, have you seen this movie
Wait, what?
before today?
Oh, no.
Had you seen
I
it?
watched
Okay.
it today.
So, it starts off okay, and it's first, it's him silhouette, and it looks like this could be a good movie.
I think that shot was really cool. Like that,
Yeah, in stunning 144p.
yeah.
and
Beautiful.
okay, I have Amazon Prime, so I got to watch this movie.
I didn't even know it was
Yeah.
available
I
on
didn't
it.
check. I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I
have
almost
Amazon
want to
Prime.
buy the Blu-ray just to see what it actually looks like.
I have a copy of it.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
On
it's
Blu-ray?
at mom's house.
You have
No
it on Blu-ray?
way.
Yeah, not on Blu-ray.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Not good enough.
And
it's like 480 or so. It's DVD. It's a DVD. version.
Yeah. I really want to see like Crystal.
Oh, that would be
What's his
interesting.
name? Terrell Pryor?
Ted Pryor,
Ted Pryor.
who was, by the way, not an actor. He was a model.
Oh,
And
that makes
bodybuilder.
sense. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, bodybuilder. Rather.
yeah, because he was fucking shredded.
Yeah, he's jacked.
He looked amazing. I got
He
a lot
looks
more
like
to say
Steve
about him later.
Nash.
He looks like the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
And no, so it's the beginning, and you see the title card, and then it does some like intro credits where you see a bunch of people loading ammunition.
For
That's
like
right, yeah.
5 fucking minutes.
In California.
When I saw that, I was thinking about this line from the movie Seven Psychopaths where Colin Farrell's character is like, I don't want to make another movie about men with guns in their hands. That was like that to a T.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so and then it starts off with the first runner, right?
Yeah.
And they say, "Run, fat boy," or some shit, right? And this guy's like pant legs are all tattered.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It looks like someone just got scissors
Yep.
and cut big triangles
Yeah.
around it. And yeah, so we're watching what we learn later is mercenary trainees chasing just civilians they kidnap.
Yeah, and
right?
I was confused about that at first. I didn't realize until like near the end that it was a mercenary group. I thought
Yeah.
this was like a sanctioned like
No,
government.
no, this is so illegal.
Because because you're like, why are like a government would make more sense because they would have more capacity to cover up the murders that they're
Yeah.
so
And then there's actual like
careless
Art-
about, right?
These
So
guys just snatching people.
oh yeah, they just kill those poor country boys later, and they don't
Oh my
even
God.
worry about that.
They killed the cast of Deliverance.
They're so careless. Like skipping a little bit
They
ahead.
suck.
Yeah.
When they're driving in that van with the windows open, how about this guy? Like, and they're like right next to him.
Hey, should we kidnap him?
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, he's good. Like,
Oh
just
my
right
God.
next
That'll be
to him.
fun.
Yeah.
So at first like social commentary about the movie is so that guy's fat in 1987 terms. And it's like, man, things have gone downhill. Like if that guy's fat.
Well, I mean, I guess also in comparison, everyone was like pretty in shape,
Yeah.
to say the least. When you look at what was his name? The guy that gets his arm chopped off, the second in command,
I have a lot to say about him.
Mr.
Thornton.
Sammy Hagar?
Mr. Van Damme.
His name
over
was
here.
Thornton. Lieutenant Thornton.
How come they get official ranks when they're
not involved with the military.
Mercenary.
Yeah.
They can make him up.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
And
He just kind of promoted himself.
True. But so and at this beginning scene action sequence, we get a taste of what's in store for us, which is actually a tried and true fun plot. Like I was kind of in the movie.
It's
And, like-
it's actually like it's Rambo with like an equally dumb plot. Honestly,
Yeah.
the plot's no dumber than Rambo.
Well, Rambo: First Blood, which was adapted from a novel,
yeah.
is like a good movie, I think. And it's like this movie rips off First Blood
yeah.
so
yeah.
hard, and eventually you see the scenes from First Blood that they love so much, and they're ripped right off. So there's the former general that's talking to Rambo, the guy that Big Boss from Metal Gear is based off. Their relationship.
I wrote Metal Gear 1,000,000 times on my notes. Dude.
There's a reason, because Metal Gear is
I wrote down the boss, Big Boss relationship at the end.
because Metal Gear, as is this movie, are both rip-offs of the original imagery from First Blood.
Highly inspired.
I wrote Colonel Big Boss Hogan.
Well, that's exactly what it is, because near the end he's like, I trained him myself.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, so I'm in it, but like my biggest complaint is not even like the acting and everything. It's like how bad the director understands how action works
Yeah. I mean, like...
and how to film action.
And how
'cause
explosions work.
Yeah, so they throw grenades. Everyone gets a grenade in the back in this movie, and they just like spoil. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Dan takes a tank shell to like the foot.
Oh, it's an M1000, the first one. That's it.
I wrote
Yeah.
down tank shoots M80s in my notes.
I was thinking the same thing.
No, even the first guy, the first
grenade
person,
right on his
grenade
foot.
in his foot, and he just falls down and gets back up, and he has enough strength to knock a dude out with a rock. Like,
Right.
I wanted to get into really quick when they pick up Denton, when they choose him.
Right.
Okay, so the van pulls up and he kind of approaches it.
Right.
He's asking for directions.
So close they could make out, right?
Yeah. But then you see a shadowy figure. Jim Morrison arrives from behind the van, and it looks like he actually hits the guy in the head with the stick.
like
That's definitely Jim Morrison's evil half. You know, like Jim Morrison, you know, obviously rock and roll star, draft dodger, right? And then this guy's just a murderous military boy. You can see how they were like made in a lab to be one complete god.
This was
right,
the-
and
this
something
was-
went wrong, and they split.
This was the manifestation of Mr. Mojo Rising.
Man.
do you think that guy was the Mewtwo of Jim Morrison?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
I have a lot written down about Lieutenant Jim Morrison.
Dude,
Oh my god, he was my favorite character by far.
he's great. Like, there's some parts with him that are just completely unnecessary. Like when he takes that guy out of the tent after what's his face, Colonel Hogan takes him out, he's just like, kill him.
I wrote down in my notes, Jim Morrison has a bloodlust.
He like spin kicks. He spin kicks him for no reason.
That is probably my favorite part. He spin kicks the cadet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
you gotta
what the name of that
establish
kick is.
dominance.
It's like
Yeah, but he kills him. Like
That's how you do it.
it's like a backwards heel kick, spinning heel
Yeah.
kick. And so he does that, and then just Shao Kahn's him.
I actually rewound several times so I could get a good kill count. And I counted all the kills. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to check my math later.
Yeah.
So I counted 60 kills.
God damn.
But the Jim Morrison roundhouse cadet kick counts as 500, so we're coming in at a whopping 560
Oh,
kills.
no,
That guy, he like eliminated an entire family lineage with that roundhouse kick.
Dude.
That was the most righteous move I've ever
Wait,
seen.
you said 88 minutes.
88.
Yeah.
So at least one kill per every 2 minutes.
I would
it's
totally
around
believe
there,
that. I would
yeah.
totally believe that.
Yeah.
It's around there.
And like
Average.
before that is the first time the main character is a runner, and he takes out the first group, right? Before the Jim Morrison spinning backwards heel kick. And there's also a cool fatality right before that I really liked.
There were a few.
When he picks up the guy.
That was really cool.
That was cool.
That was cool.
I've seen
I
a lot
wanted
of
to
action
say-
movies. I can't remember.
That was Gunny.
That was tiny.
I wanted to say, since we're also like jazzed about this right now, I expected to just like make this like this movie was just gonna be a trudge, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, we gotta watch this. I enjoyed all of it.
I did too.
It was fun
I
in a
did
really
not
bad
expect
way.
that at
Yeah.
all.
Uh,
I mean, I didn't even like think it was like so bad that it's good. It's just like this is entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But
definitely we wake up in the morning, it's Saturday, no cartoons.
Yeah.
This is on. You're like, all right.
Oh, that would be such
But
a pleasure
the
to
thing
have
is,
on the TV.
Like the thing is, I imagine this to be one of those movies, and Phil will back me up on this, that it's totally a movie that you see on Telemundo, like
Yeah.
really badly translated in Spanish.
And it's the same guys that do the voiceovers every
Every
time.
single time.
And you know what? Like, it doesn't matter because, Chris, I don't know if you know this, majority of this movie, if not all of it, is ADR'd.
I think Dad would like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dubbed over? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the
I can
entire
tell.
the entire thing.
In the like distant shots, their mouths just weren't moving.
Whenever Hogan is being told to take off his shirt, that's in a studio. You can hear the echo like from the studio.
Oh, yeah.
when
The
he's
sound
saying
is
that.
so bad. It sounded like everything was behind me when
Right.
I was watching it.
And you'd hear like popping every once in a while.
Man, I felt
the
like I was
audio.
in it.
And I have one more quick production note for you guys for how low budget this movie is. So I two things stood out to me as far as production goes in the first 10 minutes. The first one was they got a squid, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
didn't
but
use
did
it
they
yet.
only have like 3 of them?
Yeah.
It was for the
Wait.
fat guy at the beginning and
Yeah.
the 2 rancheros.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So the
Also, I think they did everything in like the first shot.
Yeah.
'Cause there was one
Totally.
Part, there was one part where I think it was towards the end where Danton and his like buddy were like running through the camp, and Danton like hides behind a tank but kind of stumbles out and like comes back in.
oh yeah, I definitely feel like they shot all this in 3 days.
There was a shot where one of the goons was doing something, and you can see him like trying not to laugh as he was doing it.
I'd have this.
I need to see this.
But
I don't remember that.
But one thing I did want to say is, or just getting back to the grenade stuff, is everything that shouldn't be lethal is lethal, but everything that should be isn't for some reason. Like
I
grenades
didn't-
are not lethal.
I didn't
Getting
count
shot in the
kills.
tank.
However-
I didn't count kills unless it was like that guy's dead. I didn't count like punches necessarily. I counted roundhouse kicks.
Dude, those
roundhouse kicks.
those punches,
Instant death.
those punches, that sound of impact. Guys,
Well,
get
see,
flung.
I had to like mess with that a little bit because there's one point where someone gets punched and he wakes back up. So I was like, okay, let's not count punches.
Yeah.
It's got to be deliberate.
Yeah.
And so, but the one other thing in the first few scenes is when he's at home with his wife before he takes out the trash and they're in their kitchen.
that shot
That thing
is so bad.
Is completely on inside of a set.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
a
I
larger
didn't even
thing.
notice.
Dude, because you notice there's no natural light.
yeah.
And that they have one window and it is completely
flat
covered.
Yeah.
like and they're supposed to be in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And there's little drapes there, and then a solid black piece of cloth behind the drapes. That's literally the sets that we built in college in the studio.
They also sleep in a waterbed. That's one thing I know.
I'm
She's, like,
glad you
jiggling
brought that
around.
up. I am glad you brought that up.
A film of its time.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. One person I did want to bring up before,
How many
because
people
this
still have waterbeds?
I knew
Probably not
someone
many.
whose parents had a water.
really.
I feel like that would be good for my neck. No,
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. Are they like?
or is the lack
proven
of
to-
support?
I feel like they've got to be bad for you. No one uses them.
Yeah, they kind of got outdated. Everyone has a purple bed now.
No, but one person I did want to bring up, and this is before actually, they kidnap our main hero, the businessman.
Oh,
Michelson.
Yeah. Dude, like
Evil
that
corporate
prick.
man in suit
God,
Michelson.
good. Like, could they not have been more obtuse with his character? Like,
The whole
like
movie's
it's-
obtuse.
Well, the thing is, it's clear he's the bad guy and he's the big corporate dude. But he says, "I'm all about business" and stuff like that. Like he says like I have it written down. I'm a businessman, Hogan, and then he like explains to him about like why he doesn't care about stuff. Also, cool ass cars whenever they're driving around the neighborhood.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like a Pontiac Fiero like outside of his house.
Michelson also says something. I haven't. Okay, he says something towards the latter half of the movie where he's like, "This is a mess. You got to clean this up, whatever." And he says, "Save the killing for overseas." And I was just thinking, was that like a statement by the director, or are they just like tasteless? Is this just bad like tasteless writing?
I think what they're imagining is that they're like, that guy's probably into drugs or something. They're gonna displace whatever kingpin in Southeast Asia is running the heroin trade.
That line was just, I don't know.
But
I think Pryor had something to say.
Ooh. as his other movie does as well. Let's Dance.
Did y'all read his
Let's Dance,
filmography?
Deadliest Prey.
Yeah, that was
Did something stick out to you
That
like it
one.
did to me?
that one. Also, the
Surf
one,
Nazis must die.
what?
Yeah.
Surf, not like SERF.
Surf as in
No, not
cowabunga.
Oh,
no,
Nazis
shit.
as
Not
in
like slave zombies.
I'm not gonna say it, but
Whoa.
surf
Cowabunga
Nazis.
Cowabunga Nazi.
Cowabunga Nazi.
Cowabunga fascists must be deceased.
I mean, you can't hang 10, you gotta hang 9.
What was I gonna say? I don't remember specifically what our guy was wearing, or Denton was wearing. I keep forgetting
I know
his
what he
name.
wasn't wearing.
Well,
Anything but
well, the thing
little.
God,
But
what's up
little
with those
jean
shorts?
but the thing, but that's the thing. Where did they get the jorts? You know what I mean? Like
he made them.
Well,
Yeah, because he didn't come
he
out
wasn't
in
wearing
they're
them.
so-
And he was wearing a
and they
bathrobe.
didn't make Fat Boy wear jorts.
No. He's a never nude.
Oh,
That's how it works.
there are a lot of
Explains everything.
continuity errors actually, such as like he picks up an M16 several times,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and then
and just
after
doesn't
the
have
first
it in
batch
the
of
set,
guys
like-
he kills, then he loses his gun.
Dude, Fat Boy doesn't pick up the M16 whenever he knocks the guy out. He just runs away.
And what's crazy is like I said, the problems with directing the action, what Chris said, continuity, like it flows so not smoothly.
because
so
they
he's
shot it
kidnapped,
in one take.
and then the next scene he's telling the guy, "I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah.
And then he asks questions later, so he's full of rage. He has no
Yeah.
questions. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna own this shit. You know?
the same with his wife. They kidnap her, and then she gets to the tent, and he's going on this like rant about whatever, and she's just standing there like,
Those
like doesn't say anything.
those
Doesn't
women
question it.
characters,
Ooh,
I think they were paid just by the catering.
I
They had no enthusiasm, no conviction at all.
Do you
like
think they were like the wives of some of the male actors?
They might have
Maybe.
been. I mean,
or groupies of our hero. I mean, because he was
Groupies.
fine. Dude, oh my god, that one chick, the one who
Lara Croft?
is very into Hogan's Heroes.
yeah.
Girl is fun. Boy, she had that mean 80s shit.
They also both died
Dude, holy
Oh,
shit.
hold on.
with gunshots to the head.
Every scene with his wife makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So she's like trying to be sad, acting across from her father,
Yeah.
Daddy,
Wade
Yeah.
Newton.
and then at the end she just complete change of tone. She goes, "Okay, love you, Daddy,"
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I like.
and they give each other a little kiss on the lips. Love you, Daddy.
I think like when I was watching it by myself, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like out loud. Oh,
They be-
speaking.
They're
of her,
Tom Bradying out there.
Speaking of her, the most tonally inappropriate implication of a rape scene I have ever seen.
I mean,
I didn't know if I wanted to say it. Let's talk about the reason why it's tonally inappropriate. So if you're gonna bring up the specter of rape in a movie,
Yeah.
at least try to make it make sense.
yeah.
So, okay, so writing 101. We're writing this movie. We gotta really hate this guy, right? We're talking about Hogan because otherwise
I'd say that's the
he
justification.
seems like a normal person. But then, right, and that's number one, and then number two is supposed to be the hero's gonna find out, and that's gonna drive him over the edge past self-preservation towards the rage that we want to
When
capture.
he breaks
on film.
his one rule, per se.
Right.
Yeah.
However, I don't think he
I
ever
think-
knows.
No, he tells him. I'm
No,
pretty
no,
sure
he
goes-
does. No, he
I
doesn't.
don't
Not even
know
when
if
he's on
he
the phone.
does.
I could have sworn Hogan. Oh no, he tells her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before
But he
the dad gets shot, like even the dad's just. I've got a lot of issues with that scene with the dad in the tent, cause like, they bring him in. They're hardly interrogating him, and hardly holding on to him. By the way, these two muscular ass dudes, and he's just like, "Ha, I enjoyed your daughter," and his daughter is just sitting there, and she's just like, I'm terrified, Daddy. What did they do to you?" In the most unconvincing, like, whatever. But God, he breaks away from these guys, no effort. He just walks up to Hogan and starts choking him.
Oh, that guy's a juggernaut, though. Did you see how he knocked out that guard with that 1-2?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Hey,
Oh yeah, it was like the slaps in Goldeneye.
His
friend or foe?
Just
I think
you're
you're
a
a
liar.
liar.
Just
You're
you're
a
a liar. Boom.
Boom.
He actually had several good lines. He
Yeah.
also said, "Die, you son of a bitch,"
Yeah.
before killing Michaels. Yes, friend or enemy. I'm a friend. You're a liar.
Liar.
You're a liar.
Pops him, dude. Like,
No questions asked. What do you have in there? Like bird shot? Like he had some distance on that. I don't.
He had special bullets for killing liars.
I'm skeptical.
he's and the thing is, like, these characters, they don't have any weight to them. Like Hogan,
No.
like Hogan, you can see that they kind of try to get into his character. But the dad, he's supposed to be this like grizzled ex-cop
Yeah, he
who,
was an
like-
ex-cop. That's right.
who's like, you know,
He's the do-gooder.
what does he say? He's like, I spent 20 years
Yeah.
in the mud and stuff like that. He goes into this
Out the
huge
fucking
thing.
mud.
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like he just like knows about a base and just walks in a straight line to like
Yeah.
his death? Right? Because this movie's so bad with direction,
Yeah.
right? So a really subtle hint of a good director is how do you have a sense of space with the movie? A masterful example is the Titanic. When you're watching Titanic, James Cameron does a great job of you feel like you're establishing the different portions of the ship throughout the movie. Towards the end, when they're making a run for the lifeboats, you have a real feeling
You know how far it
of
is.
where they are in proximity to the boat and a general direction of things. This movie is so fucking
Yeah. How?
breaks so many like directional rules and everything. Things don't make any sense. Like he throws a bamboo javelin, it hits a guy in the back, and then they turn around and they don't see him, so they just run in the direction all within seconds. Like how far could you have even how long was that javelin in the air?
Or like when Hogan finally finds his wife, he stands in just a patch of the forest and says, "Hey, we have your wife," and somehow he's in earshot of you know,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I mean, like, I definitely get the idea of what you mean though, because like
You can think of how that can be done very well.
yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah. And think of the opposite of that.
Yeah, because like every single time they entered and exited the camp, like the main camp, instant. It was immediately after the scene, and you know, like, you don't get a good idea of how long has passed because so whenever the main guy is out in the forest, he's still being hunted for God knows how long, and you gotta imagine.
And what they're no more than 20 miles outside of Los Angeles.
Yeah,
And he said 75 miles southeast
Oh,
of LA.
75.
and you gotta,
Which I mapped out. That would put them in the Cleveland National Forest.
And you gotta get an idea of the time happening because like they had to transfer the dad back to the main camp after he was caught and stuff like that. Like, just the turn of events.
You know what it is? It's Game of Thrones fast travel.
Yeah.
I think it's masterful directing. It's concurrent timelines.
Ooh.
That's correct.
Think about that.
That's correct.
This is some Rick and Morty stuff. Put on your big boy thinking hats.
Sadly, I only have a dunce cap.
So
I would like to
Perfect.
see Rick Sanchez as a runner and Morty, and he's like, we gotta get out of here, Morty. You're a piece of shit.
And then he kills him, and then the show is over.
he just says "bitch" and shoots him.
Wow.
I mean, that's how his wife dies.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
true.
much.
That's true.
She
yeah.
gets smacked.
She
She
dies
gets
so
slapped in the face. She gets slapped in the
unceremoniously.
face. The guy says "bitch."
Yeah,
She
even,
yells
like-
and he
Oh,
shoots
both-
her in the face.
even
Both
her
women
death-
take a headshot.
Yeah, they both take like.
And then they
my
get
God.
shot.
Oh my god, what was the point of that other girl at his house? Like, she's just, haha, we're gonna kill you.
the point of her
Fuck
being.
you, and he shoots her.
Yeah, the point of her
With-
being
with
there
her
was to
gun.
die.
With
basically.
her gun.
He doesn't he like offer her a drink or something, and then just like throws it down and goes, and shoots her like 6 times in the head.
Oh yeah, he like
For good
blasts her, dude.
Man, she was fine as fuck. R.I.P.
I wrote down Lara Croft as soon as I saw her, like her outfit.
Oh my, Laura Croft wishes she was hot as her. Damn, that's like 80s hot. That hair, that volume, that big, brown, massive.
Just a clump.
I was appreciative of the Joker and Batman interrogation scene whenever Denton has Hogan on the tree.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm gonna kill you and stuff like that.
Yeah. So all those, like I mentioned earlier, movie rips off First Blood really hard, and there's a great scene in First Blood, and they try to do it 3 times in Deadly Prey. It's when Rambo has a cop, I think it might be against a tree, and he's got his knife like this, and he goes, "Don't push it.
Oh, that was near the beginning.
Don't push it. I'll give you a war." You know, and it's like, it's an intense, great scene. And Deadly Prey was like, let's do that.
Yeah, that scene was so cool.
But don't build up to it at all.
Yeah.
Do it multiple times. But like
Or maybe they forgot they shot it.
Maybe they did 3 takes and
I
spread
wrote
it out.
down every one-liner before he kills somebody. And I'm pretty sure the one where he had the guy against the tree with the knife to him or whatever, he just said, "You die." And then killed him.
Yeah.
But in that same time when it's night, right? It's, they've lost Denton, and they're in camp. Also, Denton starts a fire. Like, you think somebody who is this huge Vietnam soldier who knows how to hide in the woods, which apparently the woods aren't that big.
Yeah.
You'd think he'd avoid building a fire.
You'd think he'd know how to aim down his fucking sights.
No one aims in this movie. Okay, well,
because they all hold the gun like Rambo does.
No, yeah, like,
M60.
but before I get to that, like, okay, so getting back, like, this is the last time I'll mention it, but like, I think when a movie has something serious, or when a movie like tries to affect you in a certain way, it has to earn it. You know what I mean? Not to say that a rape scene has to be earned, but something with that much weight.
Right. I said, when you raise the specter of something,
yes, something like that,
make it worthwhile.
Yeah. I swear this is related in my mind. When he eats a worm, like,
yeah.
Why would they bother filming?
Was
that?
this
Like,
the part with like the somber piano music laid over like a short montage? I wrote that down. I was just thinking, like, this movie tries on several occasions to inject personality.
Yeah.
But it's like nothing, like you said, it just hasn't afforded it yet.
Yeah.
It's like this isn't really hitting the mark.
And that's the thing, right? So like, you have to have a movie to interject important parts into. You have to have some foundation of that. Why did they feel the need to film him?
Because you can't just make a movie where some guy dies and there's no context.
Well, it's what it is. It's an unintelligent ripoff of First Blood again, right? So there's a scene similar to that in First Blood. However, First Blood earns it, as you would say, because we know that Rambo has been out in the forest for a few days now and needs calories however he can get them. I mean, our hero, he's been out there for no more than...
like 4 hours.
And here's the...
Right, I assume this happens in like one day, right?
And here's the thing. So, he knows where he is, more or less, in California.
Yeah.
Why does he need to eat? Is he planning on being there forever? Can't he just pick a direction and walk towards the highway?
Like at night. Why doesn't he just keep running at night?
He's in a national reserve. He runs into 2 other people.
Right. Why doesn't he ask them for a ride home? Where am I? Or like I said, you're... so he may not know that he's south of LA, but he knows he's fucking south of LA. And so just pick out the fucking Big Dipper, haul ass north.
Yeah.
Also, those guys that he runs into, like the hunters or whatever.
They got some nice hats, man.
Okay, so that scene where they meet each other, Danton is completely naked and he's like eating a rat. Yeah. And they go like, "Boys eat rats." And then one of them turns to the other and says, "Them city folk will eat anything."
Well, I like
what?
that.
How do they think he's a city folk? He's naked in the woods.
Yeah.
Well,
you can't tell.
That was really subversive, I think, because it's a spin on the usual class jokes that you would find in a movie that, that the country people are yokels and uncivilized. And in this, we see that
it's reversed.
Yeah, it's
Do
reversed.
you think that's what he was really going for, or was it just not thinking
absolutely
about
not.
Okay, good.
I think so.
He was just like
any sense of wit and nuance in this movie is completely accidental.
Yeah, it was just like a really shitty joke, basically.
I'm sure I wrote something down like from around this scene. I wrote 2 rancheros. Okay, so this is that scene is like immediately before Denton gets captured again, and my favorite scene in the movie, it's when he's sitting in the chair with his hands tied behind his back, and he's talking to Hogan, And just that quote is just like, how does a man go from being the most highly decorated soldier in the special forces to some goddamn blood-sucking mercenary?
Yeah.
He's like, I paid my dues in the war. I owe you nothing.
Here's the thing. Like, when he tried to turn it on, like, I admire his effort.
Yeah, sure.
But his brother really let him down.
Yeah.
Because he was bringing...
He put on a show.
He was bringing the heat, man.
There were a lot of good little, like, poignant segments that, such as
By the way, I don't think Cooper was that bad of an actor. He came across as likable.
Oh, he was
an ally.
He was minimally involved, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made his appearance count. You're right.
Yeah.
Supporting cast.
I wanted to say I think the Lara Croft woman says, "This is crazy," and then Hogan says, "War's fucking crazy."
He ain't
He's
lying.
true. It's true.
Yeah, I mean,
That's 1 point for Hogan.
there's just some stuff. I don't know why they included this. Like Hogan, just to make Hogan more of an asshole, he like yells at the girl. It's like, "Give me a beer!" Like,
Why do they demean them in every possible way? Even in death, they slap them first.
You guys may not be surprised, but this movie does not pass the Bechdel test.
Probably not.
You know what the Bechdel test is, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where two women can just have to have
I don't think
one
they ever had a conversation.
conversation, not about him. No.
The girls did not have a conversation, period.
This movie hella fails the Bechdel test. But I don't know, man. Like, I was super entertained. The action, like I said, was crazy. No sense of time, no sense of direction. He kills one group, then somehow has time to hide. And then how does he know that the next group is going to come upon him for him to ambush them? But it seems like it was only seconds away. But how do you get under them goddamn leaves? How do you make that little tunnel in the bamboo grove? Why is there a bamboo grove in Southern California?
There's one part where he's underwater for an unspecified amount of time, and this soldier just kind of creeps over and looks into the pond, and he's just in there, and like yanks him in. Like, he had to. How do you know how long he was in there?
And settle, right? So you have to be so quiet that the ripples
He's so
stop.
resourceful, though. He might have hollowed out a twig and used it as a snorkel.
Yeah.
I mean, for an ex-Vietnam vet who has access to C4, apparently, he might be pretty...
He kills, like, a full-size man with a twig.
And a random twig that was sharp enough to, like, I don't know about you, but I actually try to sharpen a branch, not a twig.
I used to do something
and
like that.
Put it in a bow, and I shot my brother in the back with it.
Okay, I didn't.
And it did not pierce skin.
Yeah, but it's Nick you're talking about.
He lived to tell the tale. Turn around and beat me with the same stick.
Ironing.
Last thing I'll say about that one scene where he's sitting down. Fucking Hogan's last-ditch effort to getting Denton to join him. Join me, damn it! That's what he says. Like,
it could have worked.
How did he inspire people anyway? That guy sucks balls.
Yeah. He had no charisma. He's just like a rapist.
He's a murderer.
No, he's the rapist. Therapist.
Oh. I don't know if I buy that.
No.
I think he had no therapeutic qualities whatsoever to him.
Quite the opposite.
And he was a
He
piss.
seemed to have angered everyone around.
He was a piss poor leader. Like, you see the way he treats his cadets, and
he got 60 men killed.
How does he inspire any loyalty? By all means, the only person he was a success in training was Private Morrison, right?
No, Lieutenant, please.
So, to my perspective, this is just a madman who had a 1% chance. Like 100 men, they all died. One turned out great. It was not even because of him, but he falsely attributes his success to himself.
And that same guy is killing more men.
Yes,
right. We can't lose any more men. Oh, I think you've demonstrated that you can afford to lose more men.
That was good. Lieutenant Jim Morrison's fucking cool.
Okay, so after that scene with the chair, Denton escapes, and they blow up some cadet, and there's a smoking boot left behind.
I don't remember that.
It's just a boot and smoke coming out of it. I thought that scene was incredible.
Oh, that's awesome.
Some Wile E. Coyote stuff. Yeah. So y'all are really gonna have to break down the last third of the movie for me, because it was just an insane blur. Like, I lost track of shit. I was like, what's going on?
I stood up saluting the whole time. Watching it, full attention.
So Denton goes back home. He gears up. He takes. Apparently has hours to set up booby traps all over the place.
Right. So actually, before we get into the details, I did make, in my notes, I named like the separate parts. So I have part 1, prelude. And that's the beginning part.
Mm-hmm.
Part 2, the hunt. Part 3, revelations.
Ooh.
What was the part?
Part 4, Psalms.
Michelson gets involved. That's why. Part 4, the hunt continues. Part 5, role reversal, where Danton's hunting them.
Yep.
Part 6, bloodlust.
Ooh.
So I think we're in like role reversal right now, like setting traps and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the one actually doing the hunting. I did think that one shot of that guy catching the twig though, like before it killed him. He's like, haha.
Yes, that part was great. Then he gets killed anyway.
Yeah. So stupid. Like, oh, like that, and that's the thing, right? How did that grenade kill him if no other grenades did any damage? You know, like.
He gets a quadruple kill with one grenade.
Yeah.
At one point.
Also, where does he get all whenever he runs away with that M16 with the grenade shooter? He has like a million grenades at his disposal. Like for somehow he keeps loading them up and shooting people. Like
I don't expect this movie to be like John Wick, like keep count of the clip. Shit, man, this movie's definitely has the infinite ammo cheat unlocked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Big head
stealth
mode,
mode easy.
Yeah.
Big health mode.
DK mode.
DK mode.
Big health mode.
Big health mode. It ain't no secret.
That's how they survive the grenades.
But
it just works. It sounds like a Tony Hawk cheat.
and
That's actually the name of my band.
and how
Nice.
and how can we not convey this enough? All this in jorts.
Yeah. The whole thing.
He's technically like naked.
He's technically enhanced naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, enhanced naked. Yeah, like it's like sometimes just a little piece of clothing makes it all the more sensual. And I think that's the one thing that the director did think like subtext.
Dude,
His brother?
do you
Yeah.
remember I can't remember what rank he was, but in The Wire, the big John Goodman looking guy that worked at the police station?
One of the ones that
His name
throws
was-
himself off the staircase.
No. His name was like Jay or something like that.
Yeah.
But he's like reading some skimpy magazine, like a Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition or something. And he goes, someone asks him why he doesn't just like look at a Playboy. He's like, sometimes I like it with the clothes off. I think that's where
That's
he
what
got
that movie.
it.
That's
Yeah.
that. Yeah. That's
That
what,
was a
that's what
direct
he-
reference to Deadly Prey.
That's
We've
what-
all been there.
That's what the director told Ted.
His brother.
His brother said, "Look, I know you want to do the movie naked.
But sometimes I like them with their clothes on.
A little bit of clothes on."
And he went on to
Brother.
star in the
And
Wire.
and then he said, I want you to, no matter where or when, take this bottle of baby oil, the whole bottle,
Just douse it.
just
Drench yourself. dude.
rinse yourself, flash dance, throw your head back, throw that beautiful dirty blonde hair back, and just let it pour over your tan,
And
tight California bod.
And anytime we pan to you, we use the same 3 notes that we could only afford. Just the dun dun dun.
Oh, they got their money on that shit.
Yeah, they did actually.
My favorite one was when him and Coop do the
Oh,
four-man predator
yeah,
slap.
dude.
And they
yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
What?
And then I like gave the film a subtle nod. I was like, yeah. Because
What was Cooper's motivation, you think?
Do we have a
he
counter for how
wants
many
to be on
times that
the
noise came
winning
out?
side.
Yeah, oh yeah. He said he's just like, I don't want to die. And it's clearly that because he didn't have a problem with the murdering before.
Well, he's obviously a bandwagoner. He
Yeah.
says something like, I like being on the winning side.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
what we're saying.
And
like,
then Danton extends the clasp of righteousness, and the tunes
But
play
does
out.
he deserve the clasp of righteousness?
I don't know. You seem to think yes.
I
I'm
think
on
he
the
died-
fence.
How could he? I do understand how he's just another blood-sucking mercenary.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we gotta go Contra on the mask, man. Kari Warriors,
Yeah.
man. You gotta have, double trouble, man. Double dragon on
Oh,
the
yeah.
boys.
The
Hardcore.
Cooper's an interesting character. Do you remember his calling card?
putting grenades under people's heads.
The most useless kill in the movie. I was wondering if he like set up the body for a trap.
Yeah.
No, he just killed the guy.
Just threw him.
Yeah. He knocked a guy out, placed a live grenade under him, so when he got up, it blew up.
Yeah, he's just like, haha, have fun with this one when you wake up.
Yeah, I thought it was a booby trap, but no, it just kills that one guy.
I hope that my children grow up to like Metal Gear a lot, and they're like, "Hey, I'm like, you want to see what all this is based off of?" And like, just show them Deadly Prey.
Have you seen Metal Gear the movie?
And it's like so ripping off Rambo so hard. They're like, it's gonna be so believable.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god."
I need you.
And they're gonna reevaluate everything. They're gonna be like, Metal Gear is shit.
Show them Rambo 2nd. And say they ripped off Deadly Prey.
Yeah.
Also, to make sure you get it all right, edit the Wikipedia to change the dates of release.
Yep.
Make sure they think Deadly Prey is the
original.
The originator.
The orig. Yeah, if my kids are dumb as me, this will be easy as pie.
I'm gonna play this prank at 23. Just 23 years old.
Like, they're gonna be like so inundated with the internet that they're not even gonna like second guess shit.
Yeah.
You know, like they're not even gonna have the luxury of like having skepticism and being like remembering when Wikipedia was an unreliable ass place.
Yeah.
Where like your friend could like edit and make a link for himself on your high school page, and you click it and it would say one pimp motherfucker, Stuart Smiley.
Nice. Did that happen to you?
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh, okay.
He's the one who showed me Wikipedia. He was an older classmate. He said, "Dude, you type in the shocker, and they have a whole entry on it."
Reception legacy.
Yeah.
Disambiguation.
Yeah. You know what? You guys start talking. I'm gonna try to find this entry on either IMDb or Deadly Prey, where the entry itself had something funny, and that made me think that maybe one of the priors themselves typed it up
from Beyond the Grave.
Oh,
yeah. Let's wrap up the plot.
So they're being chased, Denton manages to free his wife, who is just sitting on a cot after.
He does? I don't remember that because all I remember is the Colonel has her at the end.
Here's the thing. He saves her after they kill those two guys. Remember when what's the guy's name? The guy that ends up being good. Cooper. When Cooper rolls up and he's just like, "Hey guys, what's up?" They're like, "Oh, Cooper, what's up?" And he kills them.
That's it.
Yeah.
So the plot reading is supposed to be academic, an encyclopedia entry detached from the source.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's supposed to be on Wikipedia. It's supposed to say very plainly in Batman, Bruce Wayne goes to so and so there, he encounters Harvey Dent.
Mm-hmm.
So this is typed up as if it's a log line for the movie. A few sentences in, unfortunately, this time they picked the wrong guy. Mike Danton. Danton, a Vietnam veteran, is ambushed while taking out the trash. It goes on and on. And the one that tipped me off, that I was chuckled to myself when I read it, was Cooper has not seen Danton since he took a bullet for him and apostrophe nom.
Yeah. I do remember specifically several mentions of Nam.
Man, when you're in the shit, you know, things happen. And
wow, like I don't know what to think about the movie because like I enjoyed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Or let's finish up the plot at least.
Sure.
So Denton manages to rescue his wife, and then they throw her in that little den, that little bamboo den, where he tells her to hide, and then and then that's when.
And somehow Hogan just finds it, right?
Yeah, the karate guy finds her.
The karate guy.
Yeah. What's his face?
Major Morrison.
Oh, how could I forget?
he finds her and he pulls her out. He's like, "Hey, look, I got you a present," is what he says.
Oh, yes.
And then that's when he calls out. Oh no, Cooper dies before that. Cooper and the
at the hands of Hogan.
Yeah. So Cooper and the girl manage to escape, But
yeah.
while they're escaping, Cooper gets fired the fuck up. He gets shot once, and then he gets fired the fuck up. No, I remember. That's not the part where he says you die. It's Morrison who tells Cooper, now you die. And he shoots him the fuck up.
Yeah. No, he says like "fuck you" or something like that.
Something like that.
Whatever it was strong language.
Yeah,
was.
very strong.
Very
Very
strong.
strong language. So after that,
Colonel Hogan uses Jamie, the wife, as a bargaining chip, sort of.
yeah.
But we know he's cheating. He's not gonna.
Yeah.
He's not playing by the rules.
But he doesn't make any sense. Like, Hogan is a fucking Nimrod.
Yeah.
Like, everything he does doesn't make any sense. So he assaults his wife. Then he wants to use her as a bargaining chip. Then when he has the time to talk to him on the phone, he doesn't even try to convince him that she's actually alive.
Yeah.
How does that not backfire on you? You know?
Yeah.
It's like nothing he does makes any sense. This training exercise doesn't make any sense.
No.
Like taking U.S. citizens straight out there.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been, what would have been more interesting? Like, okay, what if it was like prisoners, escaped prisoners? Like, you somehow...
Prisoners on death row. If they get away, they get away.
Yeah.
Right. And if they find them dead in the forest, who cares?
Yeah.
Right? But no, you're kidnapping fat bankers, you know?
Guys walking around.
Fucking shredded trash men. And it's like, it makes no goddamn sense.
I don't get... But here's the thing. I don't get why Hogan decided to kidnap Denton, because...
Well, he didn't know.
Yeah.
He wasn't with them.
He just said, you guys go get another runner.
No. Not specifically Denton. What I mean is someone like Denton. So his reasoning was, God, these fucking recruits, they're no good. That fat guy managed to knock out one of our guys and
So
kill
let's
them.
get a better guy.
So let's get someone even more intense.
Yeah.
Like, what is the mentality behind that?
And aren't you, like...
you're killing for sport.
He says
it's not going to be fun.
He says something about the colonel doesn't like war games. He likes the real thing.
Right, but why don't you self-evaluate and teach them some skills so they can handle the better stuff? And, I mean, but I guess that's the whole point of getting guys who are already like a leg up, like when Cooper and his essays come in. But I don't know. But I tell you what, I was into it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I felt very uncomfortable because, you know, I remember I was listening to some comedians like seriously discussing, is rape ever funny? And because someone heckled because Daniel Tosh or someone made a rape joke, and I was like, you know what, this is an interesting conversation. And this movie made me realize that no, I don't think that rape jokes are funny.
No, I don't either.
But
I think they're also
but
really...
if it's in a movie that is so fucking bad without being
I kind
intentional,
of see where you're going.
I was like, and I said, oh no. I chuckled it.
I kind of see where you're going. I think it's so out of place. It's not even like the specific event. It's just like, what?
Why
Yeah.
would you? Yeah.
You're more laughing at the movie than the rape itself.
Yeah. It's like
It's
like
just
if in the middle of the
executed
movie,
poorly.
It's like if in the middle of the movie Hogan attended his mom's funeral. It's like what?
He gets a
What?
call.
Like it's like a heartfelt moment or something.
And it's
But
all-
then he says,
unfortunately,
"Fuck you."
the exact moment was,
Bitch.
and I
I'm glad she's dead.
and you can cut it if this is too controversial, but I have to be frank. It's when she goes, "He raped me, Daddy."
Gosh,
Ew.
like,
I went, no. Like I said, I didn't want to. This movie
didn't either.
forced that. No movie. This is some Lars von Trier shit, man. This is some subversive cinema. I tell you what, you know.
What'd you think about the ending?
Greatest ending of all time.
I think this movie.
Whoa, before we get to the the famous scene, right?
Yeah.
The very end, like the last shot.
The last shot.
What do you think about his decision to strip him naked and let Hogan run?
I mean, that's
The
how
cycle
it, how it
continues.
had to end, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what's stupid is Hogan acting surprised. Oh, you can't do that to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's
What
the
do you mean?
Hogan's by far the worst
Don't
character.
change,
Okay,
baby.
all right, guys, let's do a power ranking of the characters real quick.
Oh,
Hogan, fucking bottom.
Bottom.
Sucks balls. He's not funny. He doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Number one,
Jim Morrison.
Admiral Morrison.
He's an admiral.
Every time I say his name,
keep
it's
track of how
Frankenstein.
many times he changes and ranks up.
General Morrison.
Commander-in-Chief Morrison.
Fleet Admiral Morrison.
President Morrison. Space Pope Morrison.
Wow.
So Morrison
Tippy top.
up here, not even a question. It's just who's going to the final, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
It's a run for second
Okay,
place.
so start with Danny. Who's number 2? Deadly Prey power rankings.
Cooper. I would say Cooper's number 2.
The consummate.
And if
Consummate
it's not
homeboy.
Cooper, then it's the dad. It's his
No?
wife's dad.
Oh, Fat Martin Sheen.
Yeah. To
Wayne Newton.
ask someone, are you a friend or a foe? No matter what the answer was, because if he said, "I'm a friend," you're a liar.
He was gonna kill him.
In
no
the words
matter
of Jules, it was just some cold shit to say to somebody before he put a cap in their
True.
ass.
Yep.
All right,
what.
Fat.
The movie was built on
I
that.
forgot the names, honestly.
Just say it.
No, like I forgot their names.
Who's your favorite?
Like
character?
who?
Rural Gentleman number 2. He had the most impressive hat.
Well,
That well,
It was a cowboy hat I've never seen before.
honestly, I don't remember the main character's name.
Denton.
Like Denton. Okay, yeah, then him.
Denton, definitely number 1 on the bod chart.
Oh yeah.
Like, no.
So
no
he's a winner
questions
in that
asked.
book.
Like, you know me, I'm going for. I'm not gonna say great value, Laura Croft. I'm gonna say
Kirkland signature.
the opposite.
Ooh.
Oh,
Kirkland signature.
Yeah.
I stick by that. I got me some fucking no wrinkle polos that I like to wear to work.
Nice.
Very sharp. My baby girl. Mwah. I love you. All right, Chris.
okay. Number 2 is dad, easily.
Number
Yeah.
2.
I knocked him above Cooper because Cooper was the bandwagoner.
Yeah.
Don't have room
Yeah.
for that. Cooper is number 3 though.
Yeah.
Because he's just a good guy. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. He died a warrior's death, and he died doing
true.
something good.
It's true. He died for the cause. Number 4, Danton. Yeah, he's all right. He's the main character. He can't be number 1. Come on.
To me, Denton is
Ooh.
is in at number 3 just for the work he put into that bod. Like, he was dedicated to this movie and dedicated to looking good, and for that, solid number 3.
I would say I would also put Cooper up a little bit higher because when the what's his face when Hogan is interviewing the guys, he says, "Why are you here?" They say, "Money." And the second guy, "Why are you here?" "Money." Jack Cooper says, "I'm here to fight."
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that puts him a rung above.
So Cooper, bandwagoner, dogmatic, good guy.
That's Cooper, all right.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I guess also before we get to the last scene, fucking Morrison gets his arm chopped off. And
Yeah, that was
Amazing.
That was probably my least
I
favorite part.
thought that's what we were building to.
No.
No,
No.
No.
but that scene was
'Cause that was-
pretty damn great.
Morrison had it coming. He missed his shots, allowed Dan to get so close, cuts off his arm, beats him with it.
Yeah.
It's not the best death for him. He deserved better. But
I don't know. I think that's the best death you can get.
He looks so much. Have you guys seen Roadhouse?
Mm-mm.
Man. So it's like you guys kind of lack the context of 80s action movies to compare it to. And nothing compares to this movie. So I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. But like there's a guy who looks just like kind of Morrison in Roadhouse, and fucking him and Patrick Swayze are having, cuz I thought this has to end like other great like 80s movies with they would have a fist fight to the death. That's how Roadhouse ends. That's how the Lethal Weapon ends. That's one of the climactic fights in Die Hard. So like all of them end with like this badass fucking
A boss fight.
close quarters
Yeah.
fight to the death where they're kind of on equal footing.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Roadhouse, right before Patrick Swayze fucking rips out the guy's larynx with a forbidden kung fu move. Like he's choking Patrick Swayze. He's like, "I've raped guys bigger than you in prison" or something. And it was pretty sweet because he ripped out his larynx. But
Larynx.
whatever. And
whoa,
No,
Mr.
he-
SAT over
Mr.
here.
He pulled out his Lorax.
he speaks for the trees.
He does, and it sounds just like
That's how
Danny
he speaks
DeVito.
for the trees. Fucking Denton crushing that guy's spine on a tree, man. Like,
Oh, that was an ecological message.
Nature sometimes hurts you.
The tree that broke the cadet's back.
Well, it was saying that we should. So say all the money that we invest in the military industrial complex, we need to be putting that towards renewable energy, and that's a more sustainable investment of our public dollars.
Yeah, and it's a great movie, An Inconvenient Truth.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Do you remember that line from Birdemic?
Oh my, yeah.
They leave a movie.
Yeah.
It's just shameless. The main actor just goes, "That was a fun movie, An Inconvenient Truth."
Amazing.
All right.
All right, yeah. Let's wrap up. The movie.
Morrison's dead. He's scalped.
Hogan is sent on his way. He's packing.
Hogan was shot like 5 scenes ago, and he's still trotting around.
He's the big bad.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Michelson was gonna be the big bad, but
yeah.
Wayne Newton took care of that.
So Hogan is on the side of the lake, and Denton throws the scalp and is like, "That's all that's left of your second in command."
You're right.
And makes him
That
take
scalp would fetch a
Your
good
best
price.
man.
your best man. Yeah.
That scalp would fetch a good price in the Dakota Territory.
Oh yeah.
So
The scalp of Morrison.
That sounds like a band.
it sounds like a fucking like Dark Souls item.
It's a Bloodborne item.
yeah, Bloodborne item.
Scalp of Morris.
The scalp of Morrison. So he throws the scalp on the floor, makes him take his shirt off and his shoes. He's just like, "You can't do this to me." And he's just like, "Run!"
He's laughing.
Have you seen? Run. Have y'all seen Miller's Crossing?
Yeah.
I think they stole the John
You think
Turturro
so?
scene from this. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything, but when you watch Miller's Crossing, John
I
Turturro
wouldn't mind seeing that.
also stole from this movie.
Wow.
So Coen Brothers, Hideo Kojima,
Who
Sylvester
directed
Stallone.
Rambo?
Brent Rambo.
No idea.
Brent.
I know that
Rambo.
Sylvester Stallone directed one of them, but it was like number 3 or 4. 3 or John Rambo.
Okay, let's get to the end finally.
So
All right, so he's out. He's running.
he's running, and like, look, you gotta understand that
you have to recreate it.
No, no.
We're all watching you.
Maybe
You started this, Danny. God damn it.
You end it.
You finish it.
Here's what I'll say. That the final shot is the reason why I chose this movie. It is a tremendous ending to a movie, because it's so badly done. Like it's a super important moment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's him releasing that rage of literally everyone he ever knew is dead.
Us and the audience are supposed to bust our nut at the end of this movie.
Like
yeah.
I've triumphed and now I'm gonna be the hunter.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
I have nothing left but rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does the scream, and it's great because they could have ended it with the scream, but they echo the scream one time before it cuts off.
And have a sick freeze frame.
It's just a freeze frame of him like that, and it echoes the scream, and then this calm, serene, like 80 something.
Yeah, that was a little much, I gotta say.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, if it was like some like
Some Metal Gear theme.
If it was the theme.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Snake Eater started playing.
Nah. Instead it was like some Huey Lewis bullshit.
It was really bizarre. That little tune at the end.
yeah.
But that was it, man.
Yeah.
Deadly Prey.
Some might say Lynchian ending.
Wow. I don't know.
That was on the actual Rotten Tomatoes
Yeah, that was the
from a critic.
No, that's like the you know how like at the top of the movie they sort of like amalgamate all the reviews into one sentence.
Mm.
And it says that's what it says on the Rotten Tomatoes page. Just like
It just says David Lynch's finest work.
David Lynch's magnum
He ghost
opus.
wrote it.
Whoa.
So that's Deadly Prey. I mean, if you want to, don't watch the. Actually, watch
Watch
this
it.
movie.
It's an enjoyable.
If you
movie.
want an idea,
I'd say
if
purchase this movie.
yeah, if you want an idea of the type of action, you can look up like Everything is Terrible, most action-packed movie ever, and it'll give you like a shot of every violent scene that happens.
You'll
in the
basically
movie.
see the whole movie.
You'll basically see
That's
all
true.
of the movie.
It was pretty action packed. In fact, I thought it from the trailer, I thought it was gonna be more violent, more graphic.
yeah,
But
it's not-
then you
it's not
realize
really
that
graphic.
it can't.
They couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
They had one
When they
squib.
do it, when they do it, they go hard.
There was no blood when he got his arm chopped off. Like,
yeah.
It was a clean cut.
it was cauterized
Surgical.
immediately.
Like the bloodiest part is when the guy takes the twig,
Yeah.
and he bleeds on him,
Yeah.
and that's like so
Also-
so easy to
Also,
do.
Denton's face is completely clean when
Yeah.
he gets up.
Yeah.
Hey, moneymaker, baby.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
true.
Clean.
Well, it was all the oil on his face. It slipped right off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like an old car. You rub tobacco on it, the rain just.
Tobacco.
That's what it did.
Chris, I've never heard of this.
I grew up in a wrong part of the country. I never heard of that either.
Tobacco.
What are? Is this a criticism?
Who does that? Just rubbing skull on the front of a Corvette.
I'll tell you what.
No.
Oh man.
But I would say it's worth watching this movie.
I enjoyed it.
And I'm glad y'all enjoyed it.
I had a
because,
great time.
Because I really enjoyed this movie.
It's fucking sweet.
Oh.
So now we get to the all important question. It's your turn, right, Art?
Yeah, man. So real quick, I was thinking about what movie did I want to recommend this week, and I was thinking, I want to change the pace a little bit. So if there's one common trait between the majority of our movies, what do y'all think it is? So that would be 9 out of 10 of the movies we've had have this feature.
A leading male actor.
That's a good point.
Well, you did break that up.
Yeah, Amelie was the only one that did
Yeah,
it.
that's why I thought 9 out of 10.
That's actually pretty good because that
That is literally 9 out of 10.
that
Yeah.
comes out.
Whoa, dude.
No,
that's
but
wild.
fucking sweet guess.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no,
Um,
but good guess.
I would say all in English, but again, Amelie breaks
No,
that.
yeah. I would
Also,
say,
9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say stuff that I like personally would be like
Oh,
dark dramas with
Damn
like a
it,
hint of comedy.
I'm wrong. 8 out of 10
Oh, what?
Mm.
of the point. So I,
Oh,
so I
you
wrote
think
down all
Night of
these
the Hunter had-
factors, and it was like, I was writing down the years, right? Genres, R-rated movies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we've done a lot of R-rated movies.
Night of the
right?
Hunter wasn't right.
And no, Night of the Hunter and Max
Primer.
Night.
Primer was also not a rated R movie.
Was it not?
It was
No.
PG-13.
No, it's not.
I'm pretty
I'm pretty sure-
sure.
I'm
Are you
yeah.
sure it
pretty
had a
sure.
rating at all?
Good point. It might not.
It might have-
I
it
don't
might
know
have-
that
yeah.
it would have a rating. Yeah.
Because indie films, to my knowledge, some of them are like NR, but that doesn't mean that there's like graphic stuff in it.
Well, yeah, it means
Right.
not rated.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
literally not rated.
Because you actually have to pay the
For
MPAA
It's like
to
it's
rate
like an
it.
ESRB.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Peggy
it's a
12.
stupid.
It's so
self-regulated.
it's so people distribute it.
Exactly. Yeah. And but no. So I was like, I was looking at the eras and everything, and I was like, in genres, and I was thinking, okay, some things we haven't really done a lot of rated R movies, right? A lot of things from the 80s forward, and all live action. And so I was kind of playing around with that, and what I decided was to do like a genre that we've dipped in a little bit, but not really. It's from 1974. It's directed by Mel
Godfather.
Brooks.
Oh.
Young Frankenstein.
Oh,
Ooh,
I haven't seen
okay.
that.
I haven't seen it.
Me
I've
neither.
seen History of the World. That's a Mel Brooks movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I think that's it that I've seen from Spaceballs was him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the producers? Robin Hood Men in Tights.
The original
Yeah.
producers. Yeah.
I have not seen Young Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Young Frankenstein, I could be wrong, but up with Blazing Saddles, I think
I've seen.
it's
yes.
it's the choicey pick for Mel Brooks's better movies. Young Frankenstein, starring Gene Wilder, and it's
Wild Gene?
completely shot in black and white.
Awesome.
It's a parody of sorts of the original Universal Frankenstein with Boris Karloff. So yeah, y'all check that out, and we'll report back and discuss Young Frankenstein.
Please echo that.
Yeah, you have to echo it like after we do it. You gotta layer them all in and then echo them.